One really cool thing about recording videos is like you never have to wait for someone to give you a platform to express what you know, what you feel would be valuable to an audience, and what you think can support you in building a personal brand or a professional brand. Like years ago, I could still remember my parents buying like tapes from like Les Brown and Zig Ziglar. These are motivational speakers that it cost a lot to get into that space. You had to find distribution channels, you had to pay for it, you had to buy, you had to spend before you made in order to grow those businesses. That was the big gatekeeper. The cost was the big gatekeeper. My parents would buy these like motivational tapes, and they were great, um, but they were physical media. And I'm pretty sure, I am almost certain that today, right? We know about the Tony Robbins, the Zig Ziglars, the Les Browns. We know about them because they were able to find the resources to get those distribution channels or to get that distribution. But there probably were many people who had extremely valuable messages to share but couldn't. So we, in this age, we have the ability to turn on a camera, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could record from your phone if you want. I've seen people start full YouTube channels from their laptop webcam. So you don't need anything fancy to start to record, and you don't need a stage or a platform to record. And you'd be surprised how small the world gets when you start recording these videos. I went to a conference in Houston, and I was there, went out to this restaurant, and this waitress was like, "You look really familiar." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm in tech." And she was like, "Oh, okay, do you record videos, and like, is your background like blue and red by chance?" And I was like, "That's crazy." Now, again, I am far from like celebrity status or having a massive audience. I do not have a massive audience at all. But the mere fact that somebody that I did not know in a totally different state, in a different region of the country, seeing one of my videos, I think that's really powerful. Not to mention, whenever I go out to events, I'll go out to events and people would say, "Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I see your videos." And many of these people, they don't always like or comment or reshare. They don't do that. A lot of them, they just see that videos are being published. So I'm recording this video to encourage you, take advantage of this opportunity, of this period of time where there is an imbalance of supply and demand when it comes to content and how it's consumed. There is an imbalance. These algorithms are serving as instruments to maintain that balance through what's most relevant to people. So you have the unique opportunity right now to leverage certain things like AI to be able to take all of your experiences, what you know, transform it or turn it into something that's consumable by a particular audience, and then start to lead them somewhere, and ultimately build a brand that's fueled by all of these tools that we have access to, many of them either low cost or free. All right. So as always, if you have questions about any of this, hit me up. Do not hesitate to reach out to me. I do have an ebook called Mastering the Art of Social Selling. So if you'd like to check that out, hit me up. I'll send you a copy. All right. Peace.